Okay, boys, this is the wild card build that I was talking about yesterday that I wanted to present to you. Now, this is a build I have been using on my own account for a while now, but there's been some reworks done, like the Huckleberry Catalyst now reloads the entire magazine on kills. We've also got a few new exotics that have dropped here in Forsaken that pair well with this exotic because it is a kinetic weapon. So let's talk about everything that is going into play. First up, we are rocking Bottom Tree Voidwalker. A number of things here that are just designed in this subclass to keep you alive. Number one, Devour. As you can see there at the bottom left hand in the corner, you could see that I've got 10 seconds there to get any kind of kill. During this time frame, if I get a kill, I get full health back, and I'm also simultaneously recharging my grenade the more kills I get while Devour is activated. Very deadly with just about anything you use here. Now, the weapon of choice that we're using it with is, of course, the Huckleberry. This kinetic SMG presents us the intrinsic perk Ride the Bull. You get an increased rate of fire and recoil while you're holding the trigger down. Of course, kills with this weapon reload a portion in the magazine. That's not even needed because the catalyst itself reloads the entire magazine upon kills. A number of good things working here though with this SMG. Number one, ricochet rounds, a fantastic perk to have there in your magazine. But then we're also rocking Rampage. Kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased damage. Now, I hope you see where I'm going with this, boys. We're essentially going to be jumping from target to target, refilling our magazine after every single kill, while simultaneously getting our full health back with Devour. That doesn't have a cooldown. As long as you can get a kill within 10 seconds, you're good. But wait, the final thing that we wanted to add to this is the exotic Chromatic Fire. This grants you the intrinsic perk Crystalline Transistor. Precision kills with your kinetic weapon create an explosion in the elements of your equipped subclass. Boys, are you seeing what I'm trying to do here? I am taking a weapon that I never have to reload, giving myself full health regeneration every single engagement, and essentially attaching Dragonfly to this weapon, just to add a little bit of AoE damage. Boys, this is one of my favorite loadouts in the game. I'm always trying to point us in a direction that allows us to be a one-man army. Similar to our synergy loadouts yesterday that was really reliant there on our abilities, this loadout heavily relies on our exotic here, Huckleberry. Now, to be honest, you don't have to have Chromatic Fire here for this loadout. I use it all the time on my own account, just using Huckleberry and Devour. There's something magical watching the amount of enemies you can take down in one sitting. Now, is this a setup I would take into something like Crucible? Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like what Bungie did to Huckleberry for Crucible. You see, guys, when we look at the other aggressive frame SMGs, they're hitting 22 per crit and 15 per body shot, whereas something like Huckleberry only hits 20 per crit and 13 per body. You see, guys, Bungie intentionally did this to keep Huckleberry from becoming too strong. Because it does have that intrinsic perk that allows you to speed up that rate of fire, they didn't want the rate of fire for Huckleberry to get too far ahead of the other weapons. Personally, I think it was a very bad call. Huckleberry has a worse time to kill in comparison to many of our other SMGs, and it's not forgiving, considering that they nerfed not only its critical damage, but also its body shot damage. So despite this loadout being really good, I very much enjoy this loadout. Huckleberry on its own, in terms of Crucible, is not one I would use. Not until Bungie gives it some love and gives it a little bit of a buff, which I think they need to. It's an exotic SMG, and between this and Wrist Runner, these are not SMGs that you run across that much in PvP. They should be good. But in terms of what we're using this SMG for, which is just purely to get out there, clear ads, keeping you alive there with Devour, man, does it pair well. To me, it's up there with Wrist Runner without the difficulty of activating Wrist Runner. So fellas, try it out for yourself and definitely give it a go there with the exotic Chromatic Fire. A very fun loadout. So boys, that is the wild card build that I wanted to show you. I've got a couple more build ideas that we're going to elaborate on for the rest of this week. But until we get into that, I'm going to be breaking down the competitive playlist a lot this week. And I'm especially going to key off on some things that I should have done when I first tried to go for Luna's Howl. Things that would have made life for me a lot easier. So guys, be looking out for that. Fellas, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.
Only